Yo, what's poppin' guys? Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make a Five Nights at Freddy's game in Scratch. As most of you know, I had a game jam where I had you guys make your own Five Nights at Freddy's styled games, and I thought since after that I'd make a new tutorial. Um, if any of you are really old fans, I don't know if I have this video privated or not. I had a Five Nights at Freddy's tutorial in the past that I already had. It was 2 episodes long and it was absolutely garbage. But today, I thought since I have a wider knowledge than I did, what was it, 3 or 4 years ago when I made that video, I could properly make a better Five Nights at Freddy's game for you guys. If you hear a fan or outside noises, that's because I have a fan on and my window's open. It is very hot in my office, so I'm sorry for that. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start by naming it, whatever you want to name it, and deleting the ugly, fugly, disgusting cat that nobody loves. We'll do it in like an order. So we'll start with maybe a little bit of a title screen. So for title screens, what I like to do is I like to come to this, and we will begin by making a dark gray background, just like that. There we go, beautiful little dark gray, just like that. Now, we will need to add the words into our game. So whatever you want to call it, we'll call it. You can make it whatever font you want. I'll call mine oh my goodness, Five Nights at Uglies. Perfect. You can obviously make it whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be called Five Nights at something. You can call it literally anything. It does not matter. There we go. Five Nights at Uglies. So there we go. That's our title. You can go ahead and name that title or title screen, whatever you want to name the backdrop. Now we will make a sprite, and we'll make this our character. So since my guy is really ugly, I want to make him like a crude drawing. So I'll make the guy be like super kind of like really gross looking. He's going to be intentionally terrible to look at. Yeah. Ew, that's kind of gross. Maybe add some like eye bags. Some kind of like mouth wrinkles. God, that's so gross. That's so gross. Okay. We'll add a little bit of a body. So he has kind of a neck, I guess, and we'll have him like come out with some shoulders. Again, this is a tutorial. I don't have to make it look amazing. You guys obviously will want to spend a little bit more time on your art. There we go. Oh my goodness, he's beautiful, guys. Guys, he's beautiful. Give him like a little bit of a collar. Collarbone. What should we give his design? We'll make his design like a skull. The design on his shirt will be, oh my goodness, I just opened up a file. We'll make his design on his shirt like a skull. Perfect. I'll give it like a little triangle nose and then some eyes. He's beautiful, guys. Now, I think if the way this works, you're just going to color it his entire thing. Nope. Okay, his shirt will be well, let's make it a dark red, actually. So it's more visually appealing. We'll give him like kind of like a rotted skin color. Kind of gross. That doesn't look really rotted. So it'd be like a green then? Ooh, yeah, that's kind of a gross color. Ooh, yeah, that's kind of nasty. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. He has the same colored eyes and teeth. We're not actually gonna talk about that though. Well, actually, I think I could do that maybe if it'll let me. It will. Beautiful. Should he have like bloodshot eyes, like the kind of red? Okay, that just makes it look like he's high, but it's supposed to be bloodshot. Okay, that's what that is. He's bloodshot eyes. He's not high, guys. I promise. Okay, there we go. We'll call this ugly, or that because that's this guy's name. Ugly title. So this is the one that's in the title screen. You know how they like to sit right here. So that's what we'll do. I'll make him a little bit bigger in the actual picture editor. There we go. Set him up where you want him to be. I want him to be right here. And then before you do anything, before we even add any other costumes, we'll do a when the green flag is clicked. I like to instantly broadcast and make a broadcast called green flag so that when they lose a round, they don't have to click the green flag again. It'll automatically green flag reset them. So this is we will never use this green flag clicked again. We will just use this. So then we can do when I receive green flag, go to there, show, and set the costume to costume 1. There we go. So again, we will never be actually using this when green flag clicked again. We will always use when I receive green flag. You'll see why later. We can call back to it. So we'll make a duplicate of this guy, and then we will begin designing his, man, I don't know, features. Maybe one, he loses his oh, that's disgusting. Oh, ew. So if I could get rid of like one of his eyeballs, maybe. That sounds terrible. Beautiful. That's really hot. So he loses his eyeballs in one. And maybe he'll like open his mouth up. Okay, well I don't want to delete his face. Oh my goodness. By the way, if you guys want to skip through art, go ahead, skip through some art. You don't have to actually watch me do this. If it's interesting to you, go ahead. Maybe you just want to play this as you're doing your art. Beautiful. Oh, maybe in this his skeleton gets eyes. Maybe the skeleton gets eyes and they're like white and stuff. Who knows, man? It's your world. You do what you want. And then we'll make another one with like the same stuff. Maybe you want to be an edgy boy and make him bleed. Maybe that's what you want to do. So we'll have like blood coming out of his eyes. Maybe it's kind of like pooled up because his eye is so droopy over here. Perfect. He's bleeding. Maybe he's bleeding out of his mouth a little bit too. Okay, that just looks bad. I can make that look a little bit better. Just some kind of like extra little effects. I'm really just doing this so you can see that you can add a bunch of costumes to this. Literally as many as you want. Perfect. Awesome. So here he is. Oh, maybe his skeleton's bleeding too. Yo, maybe his skeleton's bleeding. Yes. Beautiful. Awesome. Look at that. So we have 3 costumes. You can make more. You can definitely make more. I'm just going to use 3 for mine. Again, you could make like his head move to the side and stuff like that. I'm just not going to. Anyways, under here, we will grab ourselves a forever loop and put it right underneath. I'll zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'll grab a forever loop and put it directly underneath. And then inside, we will do forever. Switch to costume 1. And then we'll grab a weight. And go into operators and grab ourselves a pick random. Now, we will pick random maybe every 2 to 7 seconds. He will do his little glitch thing. So this is how much time that he's going to do his glitch thing. If you want to make it a set number, just set this to like whatever. But if you want it to have randomization, put that random block in there. If you want more precise numbers, if you put 2.0 and 7.0, it now has access to the decimals inside. If you see, look at that. You see, if we were to just do 2 and 7 and click it, you'd get a whole number every single time. But if you do the 2.0, 7.0, you get all the decimals inside too, which adds for more randomization and timing. Very subtle, but it's a thing you can add. So after it waits for that, we'll have it repeat a few times. Maybe repeat. And we'll grab another pick random. So how many frames will it flash? Maybe it will flash 3 to 5 frames. 3 to 5 different costume things. Then we will do switch costume to another pick random. Since we only have 3, we will do 1 through 3. Okay, just like that. And then when it's done, it'll forever. So once it's done here, once it picks and switches its costume randomly, that was weird, I'm sorry. It'll then end this loop and go back up and switch its costume back to 1, so you don't even have to worry about that. So let's see what it looks like in action. Don't forget to save, and let's check it out. So we'll wait for him to do his little, oh, there's his little glitch thing. You might have seen how instant that was. Let's fix that up a bit. We will add a wait 1 second, and if you want to do a set thing, you can do that. I'm going to personally do 0.03 seconds to 0.05 seconds. Maybe that'll look good. Let's test it out and wait for him to do his little glitch thing. There we go. Now it's a little bit slower in switching his costumes up. That was pretty slow. So how about we change 1 to 3? Well, no, that's right. Maybe we'll have it repeat 5 to 9 times. Maybe that'll make it look a bit better. And maybe decrease this time to 0.02 to 0.03. Because again, that doesn't sound like much, but then we have like infinite numbers of decimals in there that I can choose from. And we'll play and see what we get. There, that looks a lot better with how the timing works out. Perfect. Now, what we can add is we'll come down and we'll make another sprite for our play button. Right? So I'm going to make my play button filled with a light gray and the outline as a dark gray. Shout out to the person on stream who taught me that dark gray and light gray looks better than black and white or black and gray. It looks a lot nicer on the eyes, doesn't strain. I'm very sorry. I forgot who taught me that. I'm very sorry. If you're watching the video right now, do tell me in the comments. I'll pin you so I can give credits where credits are due. Now, if you come to this in vector mode and add little points to these, if you click this original point and get rid of it, it'll round the box corners. That's why I do that. Bam, now you have a rounded square. Now for the text, I want to make it the same color as the outline, and I'll make it say play. Oh, excuse me, play. We'll make it a little bit bigger, and then we will center it. I don't like to center words because when you center words on the inside, it doesn't look good. So I like to manually center it. That looks good. So we will rename this sprite play button. Perfect. Now we will put it where we want it. It's kind of large, so I'm going to change its size to maybe 50. Okay, that's a bit small. We'll set it to 80 maybe. 80 is a good number. I like 80. Put it where you want. Keep in mind how, yes, it doesn't like centered right, but the thing we're going to do will make it increase size when you hover over it, so just keep that in mind that it might cover words if you put them too close to it right now. So we will grab a when I receive green flag, not when green flag clicked. Remember, we're using this. We'll have it go to that specific location. If you already place it where you want it on the field and drag this thing out, this go to, it'll already put it on the coordinates that it is. So that's why I like to put it there first instead of manually going through the X and Y's. We will have it show and set its size to 80, what we wanted it to be. Now we will grab a forever loop. Forever, grab an if-else statement and put it inside. Go to sensing and put an if touching mouse pointer. If touching mouse pointer, we will go to our looks and change our size by 4. And then we will grab an if, a normal if, and grab this size greater than. Go back to looks and grab out a size. If size is greater than, so we will do 80 plus 10, so that would be 90, right? So if size is greater than 90, we will then set the size to 90, so that the greatest that it can possibly get is 90. This just stops it from getting any bigger than 90. That's what this right here does. We will copy this little bit of code and put it in the else. All we have to do here is change the size by -4, so it'll then, when you're not touching the mouse pointer to it, it'll shrink back down. Change this greater than to a less than, and if size is less than 80, or your original size number, You will set size to your original size number, whatever you have it set to up here. Now, if we take a look at it, when we hover over the play button, it does this nice little zoom in thing. Very subtle, but I think it looks super nice. If you want to change how fast it goes, the bigger this number is, the faster it will shrink. The lower the number, the slower it'll zoom in or zoom out. Okay. Now, inside of this mouse pointer, we will do if mouse is down, right? Ooh, there we go. So that'll sense if the mouse pointer, if it's touching the mouse, and then also while it's touching the mouse, if the mouse is down, or a click, it'll do this. You might be wondering, why don't we just use the when sprite clicked? Because we're going to add a static overlay. And when there's static over the button, you won't actually be able to click on it because you'll be clicking on the static. So we don't use this, we'll use this because it doesn't actually detect if you're clicking the sprite. It just detects if it's touching the pointer and the mouse is down, which can go through overlays. Anyways, so if the mouse is down, we will broadcast, we'll broadcast something called night screen. And then we will hide this costume, or hide this sprite, excuse me. And now, something you're going to notice when you do this for the first time is, since it's hidden, it's still technically there. Therefore, if you do touch it with your mouse down, it will show. Like, it still will broadcast it. That's why using when sprite clicked is kind of good, because if it's hidden, this won't function. However, if it's hidden and you're using this function, it will. So what I like to do is make a blank sprite for it. That's literally, because it makes it 2 pixels by 2 pixels, makes it incredibly more hard to see. So I'll take this real quick, and I'm going to get rid of that real quick. And we'll put it up into a place where it can't be easily clicked, or where nobody would think to click, right? Then we will set its costume to 2, aka the empty one. We will set its size to 1 to make it super, super small. And there we go. So it'll, oh wait, we forgot to actually make it go to that location and go to that super far up location. This will make it so that if they click in that same area again somewhere in the game, they won't accidentally restart their nights. They'd have to click all the way up here, which I don't even think is possible, because then the middle would actually be like way over here to the side anyways. So it should be impossible for them to click. Just don't forget to add a switch to costume 1 when the green flag starts. Awesome. Oh, my voice cracked, excuse me. So now if we start, we have this, and if we click it, it goes away. And there we go. It's now up here, way over here is where that little thing is. So it's literally impossible for the player to be able to click. Awesome. Now, how about we add ourselves a static overlay? I think I have static saved in here. I don't. Okay, so I'm going to go get some static stuff. And when I get some static stuff, I will probably leave a link in the description where you can download this static. Or you could just come to this project and take it. But I'm going to go get some static, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and I have some static in my backpack. I will put it onto the sprite sheet, and here we go, static. Again, I'll probably leave a link in the description of where you can download the static, or you can come to this tutorial and grab the static from here and put it in your backpack. Whichever one fits you better. So now come into here, and we have a bunch of different static sheets, right? And we'll see that its size is already set to 150 if you took it from the backpack, which is exactly what we want. If you downloaded it, make sure you set the size to 150. So now, when the green flag is clicked in our static sprite, what we will do is we will go to 0, 0, set its size to 150, just like that. And we will forever, before we put anything in the forever loops, we will set our ghost effect to maybe 75. Well, no, let's do 25 actually, because the lower the number, the easier it is to see it. We will then forever next costume. And we will also forever have it go to the front layer. Don't forget to save, and when you hit the button. Okay, way too hard to see. So we'll make this number a bit bigger, maybe 50. We'll try 50. Still a little bit difficult to see. So maybe we do go with our 75 that we had planned. Perfect. Now we have our little static effect, And you see if we hover over this, it still works, and if we click on it, it still goes away. Now let me show you what I meant by the fact that it wouldn't work. If we get rid of this mouse down part, and instead just use a sprite click right here, just like that, like most people would do, what happens is you can still hover over it, but when you click it, nothing happens because the static is over top of the sprite. Therefore, you're clicking the static, not the play button. And if I were to have the button go to the front layer, right, it doesn't look good because it's not under the static like everything else, and it just looks weird. So what we do is we just set this up in a loop and put it into a mouse down. Just makes it look a whole lot nicer in the long run. So there we go. That's how you make your menu screen inside of your Five Nights at Freddy's game. I hope to see you next time when we probably make the night screen and the office. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then like it. If you didn't like it anyways, because this is going to be a good series. I'm trying to figure out some stuff for the other series, like the zombie shooter series and the RPG series. I'm stuck on a few things that I'm trying to figure out. When I figure it out, more episodes will be posted to those. While you're at it, why not subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content? That helped me out a lot. We reached 1,000. That's amazing. Thank you so much. More videos to come in the future for sure. I'm working on the 1,000 subscriber video. So if you have any comments for the Q&A that will be in that, please post them in the comments below. But yeah, join Discord, link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.